Morning TNT. Pardon how I look. Just took my son to school and I came back home. Now I want to touch on a few things. I want to ask a few questions. Now I saw on the news that in one of the children's homes for impregnated women, there are two people that were pregnant. Now the issue is that were they impregnated in that institution or did they come in pregnant? Now my thing is, if they are teens, where the parents? Were they delinquent before this? Is it that they didn't finish school, they didn't want to finish school? On top of that, if they were impregnated during the course of their stay, where are the counselors, where are the guidance counselors? Right? Now, as a mother and having daughters, this is a serious issue, this is a serious problem. Okay? As I was saying, being a mother of daughters and wanting the best for my daughters, and I also have a son. You have children. How would you feel in this instance, knowing that either your children are having sexual intercourse at a young age, or people are taking advantage of them on the outside? Now we expect that the government institutions, they protect and provide a safe haven for our children, even though they are delinquents or they're given a little bit of trouble at home. We expect that they, to the highest authority or to the highest will, that they have to protect our children. This is going on too frequently. Now one of the opposition personnel from UNC was talking about there is this big black rasta or something like that of the sort. My thing is, what are the solutions? Right? I don't want to play the blame game. I want to know, what are we going to do about this? Is it that we're just going to do another commission of inquiry to see what's going on? Because I'm tired of inquiries. Inquiry this, inquiry that. We're not getting anywhere. What I want to know and what I want to see is action. I want to see that people are held accountable. I want to know where the parents are of these children. The father, the mother, if they do have any, if they used to stay with relatives, if they ran away from home and they pick up somebody on the side of the road and they decided to live with them, and then the authorities pick them up and they came to the institution to live. These are what I want to know. I also want to know how this institution for impregnated women is run. Do they have a school process in there? Medical attention, counselors, how are they eating? And on top of that, after they have the babies, how are they going to be taken care of? Are they going to be put out? Are there institutions that will hold them and their children? Because if we put them in those institutions, we have a right to educate them, because now they have a mouth to feed, whether they know who the fathers are or not. We have to put these things in place. These are what we have to put in place. Forget about the impregnated part for one. But after they have these children, what is going to take place? What is the government going to do about it? What is the opposition going to do about it? Because as far as I see, for the longest while, all the women's arm we have, all the different institutions, nobody is doing anything. Nobody is doing anything. Everybody protests. They come and they play wars on the telephone. I saw it all there on the cell, Facebook stuff like that. But they're at war with each other, but they're not addressing the issues and they're not solving the issues. I want to know what we're going to put in place. Now, the Progressive Empowerment Party has policies for all of this, to touch on all of this. We are revamping the whole system. Nobody can fight us on that, because we want a different country. We want that our children, whether they have to be institutionalized or not, that they have a future and they have made progress. And the children have done the same thing. We have to stop tolerating and accepting and then saying, well, you know, is this kind of children, or mommy nice child, or whatever. It's not about that. Everybody comes from a place. Not everybody could cope and do better. So I need to know, what is the government or the opposition going to do about this right now? Not when the opposition goes in power, as they say. I need to know what they're going to do right now. What is it that they are going to do right now? What is the government? And I know one of the ministers said that they came pregnant. But the issue is not that. The issue is, how are their children going to cope? Are they going to be educated? You tell me. Are they going to be educated? Are there homes in place for them to be able to stay after? Is it that they're going to send them back to family members? Or is it that they're going to end up in the streets because people would say they are so-called bad girls? This is what we need to fix, and these are the questions I want answered.
In care has heard a disabled man who grew up in a raft of institutions, was stripped of his human rights and led to believe that his life didn't matter. The inquiry investigating abuse in state and faith-based care is hearing evidence from abuse survivors, their advocates and researchers at a 2-week hearing in Auckland.
We have to stop tolerating. I need to know, what is the government or the opposition going to do about this right now? Not when the opposition goes in power, as they say. I need to know what they're going to do right now.